All right, guys, so we've already talked about what makes up a good argument, a claim, evidence, and reasoning. And now we're going to be looking at strategies that either make our argument stronger or makes our argument weaker. So we're going to start off with persuasive strategies. Persuasive strategies, we have 3 of them: ethos, pathos, and logos. Pathos is using emotion. So I always think of the word pathetic to help me understand that pathetic is emotions. So it's when we're using the audience emotions and how they feel in order to convince them of something. So all those really sad puppy dog commercials where they have them sitting in the rain and their cage is all on the back, that's a lot of pathos. Then we've got ethos. Ethos sounds like ethics or ethical, so we know that we need to trust whatever they're saying. So we're trying to convince the reader by giving them honest and intelligent truths. So a lot of times they'll use doctors or dentists to convince you to buy whatever medication or toothpaste that they're trying to advertise. Logos sounds like logic. So we're looking at logic, numbers, facts, and data. So things like calorie counts or percentages will help you identify the logic. So for the next couple of questions, they're going to ask you which type based on their definition. Look up in the notes. Then we're going to get to some examples. What is this an example of with the persuasive techniques? And you're going to click your way through those. Then we're going to get to faulty reasoning. These are called fallacies. They weaken your argument because they're not based on truth. They're not based on facts. They are not good evidence. A lot of times they're just kind of insults to the people they're either trying to convince because they're making them seem like they're less intelligent, or they're trying to convince you to not like something, and so they're calling it bad names and giving it a bad reputation. So the first one is stereotyping. This is when we give an unfair or too broad statement to a person or a group of people. So things like teenagers are lazy, all men like to play football. These aren't necessarily truths. Sure, this might be true for a majority of them, but it's not true for everyone. Then we have loaded language. This is using those emotions similar to pathos, but we're using them too much in a way that is being overused. So we're giving only a positive or negative connotation to the topic. And so we're over-exaggerating how good something is. This also goes into hyperbole. Hyperbole is overstating something and stretching the truth. So we use the word greatest. We can't really prove that the football team is the greatest in the colleges, but we can say that to try and convince you. So what you're going to do here is look through the notes until you get to some examples here. Oh, maybe we'll get there. Here. So you're going to look at it and decide which of these fallacies is being used in these examples. All right, then we're going to talk about some rhetorical questions here. Rhetorical question is used to not be answered, but to bring the reader or the person looking at it in. And then we're going to look at claim. So I want you to identify the claim of these advertisements. What are they claiming is true about that product?